Welcome to our Crest Chat. I'm Jeremy Vanderloop, sitting here with my friend Josh Wise and Matt Tack. We are having a conversation today that a work-life balance simply just sucks. It's hard to do. It's one of those things that is just I haven't met anyone who has mastered it yet, and so we're having a conversation. We're all dads. Josh, you brought your kids. My kids were just here. You'd like missed them right before.
Ah, bummer.
Yeah, they're all at the zoo. Matt, you have three little girls, and so we're just gonna be talking for like the next hour about how do we set healthy priorities, and you guys, you have the questions that I sent through, and but why don't we just kind of talk through? Josh, introduce yourself. We'll go this way, and so tell us about yourself, your background, what do you do, greatest
Sure.
highlights.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So, Josh Weiss, I'm currently the CEO of Office Pride, which is local to the Tampa area, but we actually have presence in 28 states currently. 31-year-old business. We are backed by private equity, so we're in a big growth phase right now, and I love that. That's a big part of why they brought me in, a mix of acquisitions and organic growth. Before that, I was actually a part of a large company called Ministry Brands, which we grew from an idea to 200 million to 500 million to two separate transactions over $1 billion, with the last one being a little closer to 2 billion. So
Wow.
there's a lot of scars and lessons learned and lack of margin in those times.
Yeah.
But a lot of really great experiences and learning.
Yeah, that's amazing. I didn't realize you did that.
It was wild, and that's why I have more gray hairs. I actually had a few pictures in your memories on social media pop up, and I go, "Wow,
Yeah, I
I
saw
looked really
those.
young."
I
But it
saw
was
those.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
So I've aged quickly. But there are seasons, right?
Yeah.
I think entrepreneurs, business leaders, we go through seasons, and sometimes it's crazy and hectic, and sometimes it's less so. But either way, finding margin and balance is really always tough. But
Yeah, it's always tough. Matt, you're no stranger to these chats and podcasts.
No.
What's up with you?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's startup mode right now. I feel like again because
Yeah.
we got into a season of real estate is always like that. What you're saying is that go, and then it might be a hold period, and it's a
Yeah.
go again.
Yep.
And stagnate. Take a little bit different direction, obviously in the health and wellness scene, specifically with the CPG consumer product brand, but. That's what I'm working on right now. So Nutritious is just like an evolving brand that we're getting off the ground. Rushing over here from Lakeland, meeting with other CPG entrepreneurs, so that was pretty cool. But that I-4 corridor isn't fun. Right? So
they say it's only 45 minutes, but
yeah,
it ain't 45
that.
minutes.
No.
So, but yeah, so that's what I'm working on. But obviously, I got a wife and 3 kids
Yeah.
that are our priority, and they need to be balanced out with work. So
Yeah.
excited to talk about that.
Well, me too. I mean, I think what's pretty amazing is business and life. It's the same seasons over and over. I need to stop hitting this cable. The cable's bad. Is it still good? It's I think business and life is just cycles and seasons, right? And so even though I'm in startup mode again, this is my third startup, right? This is your second startup, right? And then you're technically in a growth mode
Yep.
of a company that's 31 years old, coming in as a new CEO in the last year and a half, right? And so you guys are in growth mode, and those cycles, it feels like that pressure cooker hits, right? And when you're in this you have like your breakout periods where you're just grinding, like just trying to hit it, and then you go, okay, let me plateau, let me stabilize, and then you go again, and it doesn't matter where you're at on the zeros or on that journey. So when you get in those cycles, the most standard people to suffer in the middle of those cycles are the most valuable to us, our family, our wives, our kids. Does that resonate with you guys?
It does. Unfortunately, the ones that suffer part, because
Yeah.
we have to juggle and have those conversations of why we're doing this and why we're out of town or why we're in business meetings till 10 o'clock at night. And it's real to them, meaning the impacts especially.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so first question I have, in your opinion, what do you think we're striving for when we use the term work-life balance? Is that even something that we can achieve? Is that even achievable? What do you think, Matt?
I don't think balance really is achievable. I don't believe in a term really necessarily balance. I think the better word is presence, and that's what I'm trying to work through. I think, there's always going to be, like, I was just out of town. I was in North Carolina. Obviously, we're going through a small production run. And I had to be present in that moment of working on that. And so now coming back home, it's a more finite period of time, but how is the quality of the relationships that I'm getting with my wife and girls during that time? Because the reality is going to be shortened. I'm in a really big season of push, and then there is going to be, the expectations have been set. So what I did, and specifically I'm working through right now, is how can I be my most quality self? And one direction that I set as expectations is my sleep structure, because I want to optimize my sleep in order to be present in those quality times. So for me, like, there really isn't a balance, because balance, unfortunately, I'm going to have to, my wife even knows that this is a season of push, and there's going to be a little bit of sacrifice. I'm going to be away from home a little bit more. So the balance is unfortunately weighted in the direction of my business right now. But then the quality time that I originally am like pushing in towards the direction of like feeding into my kids and feeding into my wife, how much quality is that? Or is work on my mind and I'm trying to grab my phone and not just being truly present in the scenario. So that's what's on my mind, because I don't want to get to the point of, man, I built this business but left everything else behind. So for me, the expectations have been set, but I really want to, be quality. So I really prioritize my sleep. I do get to sleep every time. I won't take meetings past a certain time, because it's a blockout period for me to go into sleep, so that I could really be quality in those